Welcome to Parapausal Podcast. I'm your host, Staci, and I'm here with my co-host, Janet. We're just two old ladies talking about everything paranormal and horror. So if you're ready for some hot flashes and paranormal chills, join us. Today's guest is me. So take it away, Janet. You get to ask me whatever you want to ask me.
Yes, Stacy Myers.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing today, love?
I am hanging in there. How are you doing?
I am also. So, the question I had on my mind ever since we met
What?
is what got you into the paranormal? What happened in your wonderfully amazing life that got you into this?
Okay. Well, my mother was an empath. I come from a long line of witches and psychics and empaths. But of course I didn't know that at the time. Um, I think the first time I can remember, we moved into a house in Oronogo, Missouri. It was an old house. Oronogo is a mining town, so of course you got plenty of ghosts and stuff. So I guess I've seen and talked to and communicated, felt whatever ghosts and all my life. Uh, but because it was normal for me, it's not something that I ever really thought of as, I thought everybody else could, see all that kind of stuff. So it
Right.
wasn't something that was weird. And when you're a kid, when you talk about stuff, so the first um ghost that I can remember it was in my closet in Oronogo. My mother had gotten a little yellow and red with red flowers rocking chair from Mexico. We had gone to Tijuana because we usually went to Tijuana every year when we went back from Missouri to California. Um,
Mhm.
so she got me a little rocking chair, and when I wasn't using it, and when I got a little older, so I was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8, I want to say. I had some, which I didn't know at the time, but I had a very bad experience. I was molested by my best friend's family friend,
Mhm. Sorry
which
to
I
hear that.
didn't, I kind of suppressed. Well, thank you. I kind of suppressed till I was 39, but it started making a lot of stuff in my life kind of made sense at that point. So I used this older ghost that was already in the house. She would sit in that little rocking chair back and forth, and she was kind of my comfort. And I can see her very clearly. She didn't have glasses on, but she had her hair up in that little bitty bun, gray hair, very old timey dress on, beautiful, kind of a burgundy, maybe like blood red dress with black lace, but then the little collar came up here that was white. So this was white all the way down through here, buttoned down, very prim and proper. And she would sit in that little rocking chair and rock back and forth, and I would just talk to her until I went to sleep. So that's, again, being part of my life, but she was my little comfort, kind of like a
Mhm.
teddy bear or anything like that. So, um, and again, I never remembered that. And then, but so when I looked back, when I realized, everything kind of all flooded back, when I realized that that had happened to me, I I looked back and I was like, oh yeah, she was the only person that I could talk to or tell about this kind of stuff. And again, being that young, you don't think that it's weird or strange or unusual. It's just something that happens. You figure everybody is like that. Everybody's like me.
Right.
So, it's normal. Um, and then my first psychic ability that I can remember was it was around the same age. When we went back to California, we would always visit. We called her our Grandma Roseberry. And she was say that we were really super close,
Mhm.
but I just remember that we couldn't touch anything in our house. She in this grandfather clock that I loved, in their little drawer, she had these little dolls. They were the old dolls that you got from Disneyland, and they were all the Disney princesses. So that was the only thing that we could play with in her house. But she's very, very proper. She was one of those
Okay.
people that if you had an old school marm that would hit you with a ruler, that's the kind of person she
Oh
was.
my.
Yeah, she's very strict, very strict. But she raised all boys too. So she kind of had to be. And she
Uh-huh.
didn't really know how to be around because it was just my sister and I.
Hmm.
My dad didn't have any boys. We didn't have any, I didn't have any brothers in my family.
Okay.
But uh, every time we went to California during the summer, we would go and see her too. This is on my dad's side. So she was actually my great grandmother.
Okay.
But again, we were young. We didn't know anything
Right.
about that kind of stuff either.
Hmm.
So my grandma Roseberry, and we're sitting on the bed. My mom's downstairs, cooking dinner or washing dishes. No, she was washing dishes. And I'm sitting upstairs on my bed and I'm playing with toys and stuff like that. And for some reason, I go downstairs and I go to my mom and I look up at her and I said, Mom, we need to send Grandma Roseberry flowers. And she looks down at me and she says, Well, I don't know why, honey. And she goes, That's very sweet of you, but I'm not sure exactly, you know, um, we'll do our best or we can give it to her when we get there. And I was just like, and I go back upstairs and I sit on my bed and I hear the phone ring downstairs and I hear my dad talking on the phone. And then my mom calls me downstairs and she said, Sweetheart, I just wanted to let you know Grandma Roseberry passed away.
Oh,
And I said,
wow.
Well, that's okay. We could still send her flowers. And she's just like, Yeah, yeah, we can.
Yeah, that
So,
might be a reason to do that.
yeah,
Wow.
that's okay. And I would go back upstairs and play. So,
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so for our audience, I want to say something here. Okay. I'm sure you remember this conversation. Well, you always say, I'm just an empath.
yeah, yeah.
Everything you're saying tells me different. You hear things, you see things,
Mhm.
you feel things. Honey, you are the whole ball of wax. You've got it
You.
all. You've got it all. And you've got it, I would say, probably better than I do. Because, and I'm going to explain this. I'm going to explain this.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. You don't focus on it as much as I do.
No,
It
not
is
much.
my world.
Yeah.
Okay. But I had to really focus and I mean, it always happened, and I always went, "Oh, somebody else is better than I am." Always.
Oh,
Um, but it's like I don't always see.
okay.
I don't always hear. I do feel
Right.
that's so there you and I are very similar in that
Hmm.
aspect.
Right.
So I told you so. I told you so.
I
Thank you,
know.
audience, for allowing me to do that because seriously, I've been trying to get it through this beautiful lady's head that she's not just an empath.
Thank
You
you.
are very psychic, my love. Very.
I just, yeah, I guess I just haven't focused on it, huh? Enough to
Right.
kind of bring it out. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it happens to you all the time, but
Well, I mean, it does,
it's
but I
not
don't
like
think anything of it.
right. Exactly. It's like, oh, okay, that's happened. I know that feeling. But I do want to backtrack just 1 second with you, okay? Because this is always very interesting to me.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to bring you back to that moment.
That's
But
fine.
would you say after the bad incident that you had when you were young, that's
Mhm.
when the abilities really kicked in?
Um, Not from what my mom said. She kind of said that I always had that even before that, but
Mhm.
I think I focused, well, I've always had it. I was born with it.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I think I focused more on it.
It ramped
Once I
up.
started, yeah, it kind of maybe
Hmm.
ramped up, or I was able to, when I needed that little old lady, never got a name, can
Hmm.
but that little old lady in the closet, I needed her,
Hmm.
because I needed to be able to talk to somebody, and
Right.
there's, and so I was able to focus on her better, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking you this, my love,
Yeah.
is that that is what happened with me. And
Oh,
this
okay.
is a running thing that I'm starting to notice, or I've noticed this for a long time, is that it's always something that happens in our lives
Hmm.
that it's like, oh yeah, I've always had the ability, but oh my gosh, that happened and bam,
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was better, it was stronger,
Right.
more
Right.
fine-tuned.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I can see that, especially if it's like a traumatic experience. It's what you need. It's kind of even though we're born with it,
Mhm.
it's another shield or defense mechanism to be able to it's kind of the way I look at it. At least for me,
Oh,
I know it was more like a defense mechanism of something
right.
that I needed right there to
Hmm.
protect myself
Hmm.
from what was going on in my life and kind of get your mind over here
Right.
and compartmentalize, everything. And,
Right.
you know, it
Well,
happens,
there's a
not a big
psychology
deal.
sorry, there is a psychology to that. So,
Hmm.
one of the earliest man, okay, in the cave, and they had to have that sixth sense to
Yeah.
sense whether something was dangerous
Hmm.
outside. Okay. So it is in our genes to have that awareness.
Right.
And it floors me that some people are just, oh no, I just realized, that this happened and it's normal, and they just kind
Mhm.
of poop that idea. And it's like,
Right.
well, sweetheart, it's so natural. It's a natural gift and it
Yeah.
keeps us safe, you
Yeah.
know,
And
until
a
they
lot of
have
people will
something
say
happen.
it's the intuition. It's your intuition. Well, it is
Right.
our
It was a
intuition,
gut feeling.
but yeah,
What do you think
that,
that is?
you should probably listen to it.
Right. So, okay, I know that you've done paranormal investigations. When did you start that?
When Corey's done, talked to ghosts, used Ouija boards, and it's pronounced Ouija, not
Right.
Ouija.
I know.
Ooh, it's like
It's not Luigi. It's not.
I.
It's Ouija. Ouija.
That makes, I know that just upsets me so badly. I even have a
Yeah.
TikTok on there on how to pronounce Ouija
Yeah.
correctly.
I saw
Uh,
that. That was really cool.
oh, did you see
Loved
that?
it. Yes, I did see it.
That's funny.
Yes, I invite you guys to check that out on her TikTok. It is funny. It's great. Yeah, I love this lady.
Um, so it wasn't Ghost Adventures because Zach's an
Yeah.
idiot, but it
Yes.
was the one before that, Taps. I think it was
Uh-huh.
just called Ghost Hunters, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think it was. Um, So I didn't really know that there was such thing as like going out and doing paranormal investigations and stuff until that came out and about. And then I started talking with one of my friends from work and her husband. And so we were like, okay, well, there's nothing like taps around here. in Joplin or in our area of Southwest Missouri. So I was just like, well, how about we start one ourselves? And we called it Jeepers. So it was the Joplin Paranormal Society.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, Jeepers, Joplin Paranormal Research Society. There we go. And I
Okay.
thought, oh, that's a cute name. Darla came up with that one. Okay, let's call it Jeepers.
That, yeah,
And
and it brings to mind Jeepers Creepers.
exactly. And so we just kind of started a little small. It was Darla, her husband, Curtis, and one other person, and then me. And we just kind of went around to certain places because I was still kind of new out around our area especially, so we just kind of got little things, meters and stuff like that, and we did, but it's prosperity school. So a couple had bought it and they were turning it into a bed and breakfast. And so we asked if we could do an investigation there because it was a schoolhouse that burnt down. There were a lot of kids that got hurt. I can't remember if it was a hospital or an asylum before that, but it was beautiful. It's called Prosperity Road Schoolhouse.
Mhm.
So we did our very first real investigation there, and that was nice. We got a lot of good stuff. I was super tired that day, so I was open, like
Oh, yeah.
completely open to a
Yep.
lot of stuff. I was sitting down beside a bed and I felt like these little hands grab my arm right here and squeeze. And I just felt really sad. I took a picture and I had my little EVP thing going. So we got back and we redid everything and I caught beautiful, I call it the angel wings picture. I wish I still had it. But it was streaks of light right by the doorway coming from one side to another. And it was
Okay.
just like five or six little waves of light going
Oh,
like
cool.
this.
I
And I
wish you
was
had
like,
it
oh
too.
my gosh, I know. It was beautiful, beautiful picture. And I was like, oh, there's the angel wings picture. And then when I listened back to right before right before I felt it, because I was like, oh, you're grabbing me. I was like, that's a little hard. You're hurting me. And you heard it on the tape. So right before that, you heard an EVP and Curtis and I were trying to go through it. And I was like, no, listen to what it's saying. And you could hear this little boy going,
Help me. He's after me.
and I was
Say
like,
it loud.
help me. He's after me.
Oh,
I know, broke my heart into, I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have heard him asking for help. And then he grabbed me. And I was
oh,
like, oh, no. I felt
oh,
so horrible. And I
oh.
was like, who's after him? What's going on? Now I have all these questions. Nobody else
Right.
got anything else. Everybody else was downstairs at the time when I was
Wow.
upstairs in that bedroom. And I was just like, yeah,
Mm.
we never went back. So it's disheartening. And I
Mm.
was like, gosh, that breaks my heart when I hear stuff
Yeah.
like that. So then I was like, okay, we're checking it in the moment, but then we're going to need something like headphones or something to be able to
Right.
hear what's going on.
Mhm.
So I was trying to kind of tweak it, and then we ended up having to go to oh, I don't know. I started going through a divorce, I think is what it was, and I just kind of stopped doing that. And
Oh,
then I ended up going to California and meeting up with a group there and did a few investigations there,
okay.
and was on the news, and
Oh, cool.
we were gonna do a TV program,
Mhm.
but that didn't work out, so which is fine because I don't like being in front of the camera anyways.
Right. Yeah, another thing that you and I have in common.
I am, yep, we're doing podcasts, so
Right, I know. We both say, and we're sitting here looking at each other's faces.
funny. Oh, but ew. So that's kind of my rundown on my paranormal side of it. No, I'm not very
What would
interesting.
you say was your favorite investigation?
Favorite investigation. I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite investigation. I'm always wanting more. Um, we went out and I do a few things here and there. Um, but I like doing graveyards.
Oh yeah.
It just as a whole, I'm
Yeah,
one of those people that I like going to the very back of graveyards and I like trying to find the oldest tombstone.
right. Me
And
too.
ah, that's so fun. See, we're so much alike. And
I know. It's crazy. It's great. It's awesome.
so we have this little graveyard. It's the George Washington Carver graveyard. And
Mhm.
a few years ago, nobody was taking care of it, just a little small thing. So the weeds were like up, like knee to waist high, depending. Well, no, I think they were about knee high. And my husband Eric and I went out there and we were doing a little it was just an app that
Right.
where the voice, the words come up
Yes.
on it.
Yes.
You never know if those things are going to work, but
Yeah, I always question it.
I know, yeah. So, but I kind of go by how much they're talking or whatever. So we went
Right.
out there and we were just kind of walking around. And as soon as we hit the grass, though, uh, there were just bugs everywhere in the light because you have to have the flashlight.
Oh
All these
boy.
little bugs were just
Oh
flying
boy.
everywhere. But I was able to get out a few questions and I was like, okay, there was a group because I like trying to figure out um especially if it's like a family or whatever, or younger kids that die around the same time. And then you're trying to think, okay, so was it tuberculosis? Was it the plague? Was it, something else? And we kind of got from everybody that pretty much the majority of the people that were out there died from tuberculosis.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, so we were able to get that before we had to leave because we couldn't breathe anymore because all the bugs were just
And that's interesting, tuberculosis, and you had a problem breathing. Think about that. Okay, and that was going to be a question I would ask is you as an empath,
Mhm.
did you actually feel that? Because those apps are great if you have the ability to, or if you felt it or experienced it in some way, shape, or form, like seeing, hearing, feeling,
Right,
smelling, what was your personal experience, and then it backs it up.
right.
So
And
did you
that's
actually have an issues breathing, or possibly those bugs were there so that would happen?
it could have been. Yeah, it could have been. Definitely. I was mostly I felt that it was correct. So I asked them, did you guys all die? The group of ones that I was standing from, I was like, did you guys all die from tuberculosis? And and something came up about breathing and then said yes. But I felt that. I was like, yeah, okay. I do feel that that is factual and it is giving
Okay,
us the correct information. So yes,
right.
I do definitely go by feelings and things. And then I also get flashes of what different ghosts and spirits look like.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes, but you're just an empath.
well, I always thought that was part of being an empath.
No,
That's just,
it's
again,
not. That's
well, see, I
clairvoyance.
didn't know. You don't know unless somebody tells you,
Yeah,
and
well,
you just go
I
by,
just,
okay,
yeah, yeah. I just know
my
because I've studied
experience.
it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, yeah. So, girlfriend, you got the whole shebang. you and I are more alike than you think. Huh?
Yeah. See, I don't know these things. Again, when you're born with it, and then
Right,
somebody says, "Oh, well, because you can do this, you're an empath." And then I just
right.
go, "Well, then I guess that just means that everything I can do has to do with the fact that I can feel, and because I can feel, then I can kind of see what that entity looks like because
Hmm.
I can feel that." And
Hmm.
that's kind of where my mindset was on all
Hmm.
that. I didn't think anything more of it. So
Okay,
that's why I
let's
always
play a
say,
little game. Let's play a little game because
uh,
I'm gonna give you an image that will help you understand what I'm talking about. Okay.
okay.
It's I'm not going to do anything where I'm going to ask you to see something. Um, but tell me this, do you get it in little burst of snippets, flashes? You'll see something in your mind's eye in a flash?
No,
No.
mine's mostly, it's kind of more like I'm looking at a picture. So
Okay.
if there is an entity or a spirit around, um, and I'm talking to them on the meter and I can kind of
Mhm.
feel that things are going through, it's like I would be able to see them like right in front of me, and like kind of like the old lady. And
Okay. Right.
because I talk to her so often, I can still to this day bring up that picture of her and be like,
Right.
yeah, this is what she looked like. She was sweet, look, if you
Mhm.
notice, I kind of look up when I'm doing it because
Well, yeah,
I'm like,
you're
okay, yeah,
recalling.
yeah, and
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
pulling it. So that's what it does. So it's like I can actually see them.
Mhm.
They move. It's like a moving picture or a video, I
Interesting.
guess. Yeah, like a clip of a video, but
Okay.
they're not like a solid form in front of me like you
Right.
would see like in a movie or anything like that.
Right.
It's more just in my mind. I can look at something like in front of me and be like, okay,
Hmm.
this is it. And then it flashes in my head and it kind of
There it is.
stays there.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, well, this person's wearing one of those old timey hats and this
Right.
person's about this tall and things like that. So I don't know. It's kind of like a memory,
Right.
but they're not
Yeah.
my memories.
Right.
Does that make
Yes.
sense? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course it
All
does.
right.
And that's the reason why I'm asking you that.
Uh,
And you are saying it is a snippet, but it's like you go back and you can recall
mhm,
what you saw because our brains and the spirit world work quick.
mhm.
That's just like when you're going through a very devastating thing where you're having to survive, time slows down.
Right. Mhm.
So you can actually go, okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And all it is, and that's a great way of saying that. Thank you very much. I'm talking to my guide. Uh, he gave me the like the old time films where you've got your splicing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's like it stops at one
Right.
point and you
Mhm.
could go, oh, this, and then you've got more information.
Yeah, and then it kind of moves through like
Yeah.
yeah, so like an old-timey video that's playing
Right.
right in front of my eyes, but it's not actually in my eyes, it's in my mind's
It's
eye.
in your mind's eye. It's
Yeah.
your mind's eye.
It's
There's a
so
reason why
hard
it's
to
called
explain.
that, honey. Your mind's
Yeah,
eye.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're learning a whole lot about yourself today, aren't you?
I am. I am. Yes. Because yeah, I don't again, it's just been my life for so long that I don't think of it in that manner, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't
Yes. Yes.
I lived with it all of my life, so it's part of my life. Kind of like when I go up to a checkout person, and if I'm open and I haven't shut down my empath me, um
Hmm.
they'll any other person will be like, "Oh, well, how are you doing?" And the the cashier or whatever will be like, "Oh, I'm fine." But then I
Yeah,
step up and I'm like, "How are you doing?" And I get their life story. And
right,
then I feel like I have to solve their problem that they're having right now as while we're bagging groceries and stuff, and then I'm
right.
paying, and then I'm like, oh, okay, 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 and then I solve their little their problem that they're having. Oh,
Yep.
well, why don't you try this? Okay, have a nice day, bye, and check
Yeah,
out. That's always been a part of my life.
right.
It's and until somebody had pointed that out to me, it was my boyfriend at the time. They're like,
Hmm.
how come every place that we go, everybody tells you their life story? And I'm like, what? Um, I don't know, cuz I'm a personable person. I don't know. So then I
It's an
started
old soul thing
analyzing that,
too.
and I'm like, well, it could be, yeah, an old soul
It,
thing as well, but
honey, it
it's
could
kind
be.
of
It's a lot of things. It's not just
okay,
one thing. It's a lot of
okay.
different things. And it's funny that we met when we did, because I
Uh,
actually asked for you. I
Oh
haven't told you that. I wanted somebody
no.
that was like me, and I always asked for that. And it wasn't until I
Okay.
met you that I got it. So I'm looking at you and I'm going, you are me, and I am you, and this is I mean, every time we
Oh,
talk. So thank you for coming into my
glad that
life.
we have more in common. Oh,
Oh,
well,
we
thank you for being in
so
my life.
much, so much in common. People, let me tell you, I mean, literally every time we discuss anything, it's like, me
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Me too.
Me
And
too.
we know it's not like fake. Oh my God, so am
No,
I. Oh my God, so am I. No, you're not.
yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah,
yeah,
no, we know that we're genuine when it comes to a lot of stuff because, I mean, why not be? It doesn't matter
right,
anymore these days. And we're at the age where we don't care. It's like,
right,
like me or don't like me. I don't give a shite.
right. And
Just,
for fun fact, folks, say that 10 times fast. Um, we met on a podcast.
we did. Yes, we did.
This is how we met. And we were like, oh, hey, why don't we do this?
Exactly. My soul
And
sister,
now
I
here
love
we
you.
are having fun together every
Yes,
week,
I
a couple
love it.
times a week,
Yeah, I'm having fun.
if not more. Do
Okay.
you do you have any burning desires? Do you have anything that you really want our folks, our audience, to know about you?
Mm, no, not really.
What's important to you, my love?
Animals.
Yep. Oh my God, me
I
too.
yeah, I know. I'm right it. Let's see. I'm an animal rehabber. I take care of every single feral animal on in our area. And we're talking foxes, skunks, opossums, raccoons.
Cute.
Yeah,
I
every
love it.
feral cat that was ever in or around this area, and they all talk, so they know that they can come and eat at our house. Let's see, what else is there? Fun facts. I don't really have any. That's about it. I mean, I'm just, I'm a chronic pain patient, so I'm disabled, unfortunately. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in excruciating amounts of pain every day.
Yep.
But if I can get through it, everybody can.
Yep.
So if you're going through that and you need somebody to talk to, know that Jan and I are here. You're not alone.
No, you're
Um,
not. And
yeah,
this is another one of me too's with us. We're both that person,
yeah,
and just like you said, the one thing I've always said is if I can do it, anyone can.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard. Some days it's harder,
Yeah, yeah.
depending on the
Winter
weather,
time's
depending
not our
on.
friend. Uh,
No, it is not. But I guess if anything, if you need advice on animals, I used to be a veterinarian technician for the state of Kansas. I
oh, cool.
was a state official. So I worked for fishing and gaming with the greyhounds and the horses, race horses and the greyhounds.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, so I help people that, if they needed, if they had kittens or something that they couldn't take care of, I always say, hey, bring them to me. I'll take care of them
Mm,
best I can.
hmm.
So I do that, but I also give advice on that. But again, if you're a chronic pain patient or you're going through pain and you're not sure exactly how to get through it, again, you're not alone.
No.
Um, Janet and I are always here. You can contact us at any time if you
Mhm.
need help or just need something you know, to vent, somebody to vent to. We're here for that. Um, and that's about it. For anybody that doesn't know, yes, I've got an MS in psychology, I guess. So my therapist comes out quite a lot with all my friends and the people that I love. All
No,
right.
I mean, literally, even your voice is low.
That is
It's
so
low
weird.
and it sounds mechanical.
I am Stacy. I wrote those down.
Hope you're recording. I need you to hear that. That was great.
Let me see if I turn off the recording. All right. And we are stopping. Thank you for joining the Parapausal podcast. We would love it if you could give us that Holy Trinity. Share, subscribe, and smash that like button. Don't forget to hit that little bell to get notified for your next dose of hot flashes and paranormal chills.